As a dude that grew up on Pixar films, I think that this one is up there. Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Anthony, here to give you guys another movie review. This time it is for the Pixar film Soul. You know that I've been hearing a lot lately and seeing a lot of people writing that Pixar isn't as good as it used to be. It hasn't been like the good old days of Pixar with the Toy Stories, the Wall-E's, the Inside Out, which just happened a couple of years ago. But Pixar hasn't been as good as they usually are. I kind of disagree with that. I think there's been like a handful of movies that weren't my cup of tea when it comes to Pixar. But overall, I think that Pixar has been on a roll, and I think that it deserves its spot among the greatest Pixar films of all time. But yeah, I really love this movie, guys. I think this movie, for me personally, it hit on a different level because the stuff that our characters are going through just really resonated with me, especially with the 2020, what's going on, and a lot of talk about life and what is the meaning of life and what are we doing with our life and does it mean anything. And it just is like, dang dude, this year, man, just bringing out the feels. So Soul tells the story of a music teacher named Joe whose big dream is to be a great jazz musician and to go on stage and play and make that his profession. One day he gets a call from an old student of his and tells him, hey, he can have his big break. He can finally be on stage and do what he wants to do. But within all this excitement, he doesn't notice a big manhole open and he falls to his death. Yeah, it's getting kind of dark. Then he goes into the underworld, pretty much, or afterlife, and he meets 22, played by Tina Fey, who is an unborn soul, and Joe is given the task to help 22 find her spark so she can go to Earth finally. Right off the bat, guys, this movie surprised me like a lot. I was really swerved with this because I watch a lot of trailers. I know some people say you shouldn't watch trailers because it ruins the whole movie for you, but this movie, if you've watched every single trailer, I don't think you're gonna see what comes in this movie because I was thrown for a loop, and I've seen pretty much all the trailers for this movie. And I love the twist. I love when a movie does this. It doesn't happen a lot, but I love when there's a twist and it's a good twist and it's an exciting twist and it makes you think. You're like, what are they gonna do now? This is freaking crazy. It throws the whole movie and the whole plot and the way that things are gonna happen out the window. And that's just one of the many things I love about this movie. There's so much to love. I love the animation. I think it's the best looking Pixar film to date that we have. The people look real. I mean, they kind of look weird a little bit, but their fingers, their hands, their movements, everything looks really well done. And again, the voice acting is great. You got Jamie Foxx, you got Tina Fey, you have a whole slew of great voice talent in here. And the character of Joe in 22, man, I'm gonna get some figures of them. I'm gonna post them somewhere if I can find some room. I don't have a lot of room in this place, guys, okay? But those characters have become one of my favorites. And like I said in the beginning, this movie deals with a lot of stuff that we're going through. If you've lived in 2020, if you're alive, I think that this movie will be really relatable to you because it has all the questions and thoughts that at least I have been having throughout this whole year. Like, you know, is this life? I mean, everything shuts down. You can't go anywhere. And then all you have is your thoughts to think about life and the meaning of life and whether it's all cracked up to be, you know, whether you're doing a good job. I know I have those thoughts, and this movie dives deep into that. And I never thought I would get those kind of emotions and feelings in a movie that will make me think as much and as deeply as this movie did. But again, I think that just the timing of this movie, I don't know if the pandemic didn't happen, if this movie would have hit me as hard as it did, but I want to say it would because I think this is everything, the whole story, everything that comes together is just so well done that I think that it would still have the same impact even if there wasn't a year like it was this year. And I love that Pixar can do this kind of thing, and it can bring these creators together and portray certain things that we kind of take for granted or already have an image in our mind of, like the afterlife and spirits and stuff, and just change them up and make them look differently. And it just brings a little bit of new perspective to that for me. There is a negative in here that I have with the film, a kind of plot hole that they have in here. The movie doesn't want you to think about it. They just want you to sweep it under the rug. But it's no secret that the character in here, Joe, dies and he becomes a spirit. And the story around his death and, you know, his family and all that, it's a pretty big glaring issue. And they don't really explain why this happened or why it went the way that it did. Because to me, I'm like, that wouldn't have happened. Somebody would have found out about this already. But I think it's a little small issue, a nitpick if you will, even though it is kind of important with the movie because we're dealing with the death and all that stuff. But that aside, I don't think it fully took me out of the movie because the rest of the movie is just so good. But yeah, guys, I think that Pixar did it again. This is, to me, up there in my top 5 Pixar films. Yep, I said it, guys. This one is really, really good. I think you should definitely go check it out, especially with this kind of year that we've been having. I think we need this kind of movie. This is the movie that we need. But guys, let me know what you think of Pixar Soul in the comments down below. What is your favorite Pixar movie? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, I think it is still Toy Story 3. I think that one is my favorite Pixar film. But hey, I like a lot of Pixar films. It changes year to year. It depends on how I'm feeling. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you can stay up to date with my channel. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. We've been doing a really good job with that. We hit 600 subscribers. Hopefully, we're still at over 600 subscribers by the time I post this video. But thank you guys again for all the support that you guys have been giving me. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.